Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the F and Cook. We are going to be doing fried chicken breast and the oven baked potatoes we always did before. I think there's a video of that already. I'll get back to you when I got the chicken breast on the stove. But before we do that, these are the chicken breasts. There it is. We prepare them by making sure they're the even width all the way across by just slicing off the excess and throwing it in the garbage because fuck the starving kids in China. So, for the ingredient list, we got, where the hell did I put it? Chicken, olive oil, pepper, salt, a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, half a stick of butter, thyme, and rosemary. Gonna take the chicken, gonna put the pepper and salt all over it. Since it's going to be pure seared or pan seared, you can go heavy with the salt and pepper because most of it is going to come off in the pan. Then we're going to add the shit out of some salt. And there we go. Gonna let that sit for a minute so all those flavors soak in while we preheat the pan with the oil. Pan, stove, probably shouldn't be keeping shit on the stove, and olive oil. We're gonna heat the pan up with the olive oil in it and then we'll throw the chicken in. There we go, just a little bit. That was a lot of it. Yeah, on the oil you want to make sure you don't put a lot in there because if you put too much in there it's going to be part of the sauce that goes with the chicken and it's just going to make it oily as hell. So I'm going to pour some of that out. As you can tell by the splattering, the oil is nice and hot. Time to put the, Jesus Christ, the chicken in it. Just like that. Ass. Alright, fuck, what the hell did I put? Chicken's in the oil, move it around a bit, make sure you get oil all the way around the bottom of it. Where the fuck did I put it? And then put 2 of these on there just for good measure so you don't burn yourself any further. While we do that, we're chopping up the herbs and shit so we can put it in the sauce. Cool, so we're burning the shit out of the chicken. The place is filling with smoke because I forgot to turn the fan on. Time to flip. And that's what you're looking for, that nice gold color. Or black if you overdo it. But either way, ideally what you want. Move the chicken around so it has a chance to suck up all that oil on the side of the pan. It'll fry better. There we go. Still chopping the shit out of veggies for it. And the potatoes are already in the oven. So once the chicken's nice and seared, we're going to turn off the heat a little bit. Or not off, we're going to bring it back down to about a medium. We want to let that pan cool down a bit before we throw the sauce in. Or the sauce is just going to evaporate. Which kind of sucks. It's kind of like cooking the steak. Check the internal temperature by turning on the thermometer. Oh yeah, that's overcooked. Perfect. Alright, those 2 are both at the appropriate temperature. We can start worrying about sauce. So, in this cup, you got the half a stick of butter and a quarter cup of red cider vinegar. Before we throw it in the pan though, we're going to do something really fucking stupid. We're going to cool down the pan a bit with some cold water. There we go. Then we're going to add it. Otherwise, all the vinegar immediately evaporates, and then the butter burns. So now we just start stirring and letting that butter melt so we get our sauce. You want to make sure you got a pan big enough for the 2 chickens and all the butter and sauce. For the amount of water I added in, it was like, this was a full bottle and there's like that much missing, so it wasn't a lot. And don't have your face over the pan when you throw in the vinegar or you're going to burn your throat, which is really awesome. Alright, so we got that going on. We're going to take our herbs and spices. We got rosemary and thyme, and we're just going to throw it in there. Aim for the liquid, not the chicken. We're going to let that thicken up, and we're going to lower the heat again. There we go. If you evaporated too much stuff before you lowered the heat, just add just a tiny little dash of water, and that way it'll have the give the sauce a chance to get soaked into the chicken. Alright, I'll be back when it's done. There we go. Let that simmer. Potatoes are almost there. So, we're going to add a little more water to the sauce, and we're going to let it just percolate while we're waiting for the potatoes to finish. And that way, when the potatoes are almost done, we're going to crank up the heat, boil it down so it makes a nice sauce, and then eat the shit out of it. See you then. Alright. See how the potatoes are doing? I'm kidding, I already checked before I turned on the camera. There we go. Potatoes are done. Fuck in there. And the chicken is done. Oh. Potatoes. I'm gonna serve it, show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so with the potatoes, you don't serve them on the tray that you made them in. That's kind of ghetto. So what we're gonna do is put them all in a bowl and present it like that. And hopefully we're gonna do this without burning the shit out of ourselves. There we go. It should just fall right off if you used enough oil. And the recipe for the potatoes, oh fuck that burn, can be found on the, well, somewhere. Dirty Hidden Valley branch potatoes. Jesus Christ, quit clinging to the fence. Fuck off with her. Worse than Hitler. There we go. For the chicken, use tongs. Chicken on a plate. Chicken on the other plate. So we got the chicken, some potatoes, and then here's the secret. Sauce over the chicken, and that is dinner served.